Welcome to Wisdom of the World. Today I'm going to tell a story from Turkey. I want to introduce you to Nasraddin Hodja, who is a very popular character in Turkish folklore. He's considered something like a wise fool. Today's story is called Nasraddin Hodja and the Smell of Soup. And it goes like this. Once there was a beggar walking along the main road. With him he had, an old piece of bread, stale and dry, which is all that he had been able to beg and to get for the day. So he was walking along the main street and he came to a restaurant and he hoped he would get something to put on his piece of bread. So he went in and he tried to get some food there, but no, he was kicked out of the restaurant and nobody gave him anything. Then he stood there for a while and he saw the really tasty soups that the people with money basically were eating. And as he stood there, he saw one beautiful cauldron, big pan, really delicious smell came from it. So he walked over and he stood over that cauldron with the delicious soup. And he took a deep breath. The smell of that soup is just delicious. But then, as he could not have any of the soup, he started to walk away. Then all of a sudden comes out the restaurant owner and he said, hey, wait a minute, not so fast. You haven't paid yet. And the beggar said, but I only smelled the delicious smell of your soup. I didn't take any. Yes, I know, he said. Do you think I cook a soup, a delicious smelling soup for people to just smell and then go away? I saw you take it. But of course, our beggar friend had no money to pay. Okay, so the restaurant owner then dragged him to Nasraddin Hodja, the local judge. And Nasraddin Hodja listened carefully. He listened to the angry restaurant owner's statement. And he also listened to the beggar, how he had not taken anything at all. And so he said to the beggar, so you have no money at all? No, said the beggar, not at all, nothing. And he said to the restaurant owner, and you insist on being paid for the smell of the soup? Yes, indeed I do, said the restaurant owner. Then Hodja said, okay, in that case, I will pay myself for the smell of the soup. And he took out some coins and he asked the restaurant owner to come closer, which he did because he was very eager to get some money. And Hodja put some coins in his hands. And he said, come closer. And like this, he wrinkled the coins in his hands near the ear of the restaurant owner. And then he said, now you may go. But, said the restaurant owner, the payment for the smell. And then the Hodja said, the beggar smelled your soup, and you just received payment for that smell with the sound of these coins. Now you may go. Now, Hodja, in this case, in this story, the judge, would be called, I guess, in Buddhism, somebody who has crazy wisdom and who takes the notion of the sound and the notion of the smell as the same thing. You can take that notion further and also realize that actually nothing has any real substance. Anyhow, I wanted to introduce you to Nasraddin Hodja. Thank you.